All right, well, good afternoon. We'll get started here. Sorry if I'm a little slow off the hop. It is my first day back. So, VicPD is launching their holiday safety campaign, and holiday shopping season being upon us, we're ready to launch this campaign to promote public safety in malls and shopping centers. So our VicPD Crime Watch volunteers will begin patrolling malls and shopping center parking lots right away. This is going to be done to prevent theft from vehicles and to remind people not to leave their purchases unattended in their vehicles. We're reminding people to store purchases in their trunks and not to keep valuables or bags visible through windows and park your car in well-lit areas. So far this year, though, through October, theft from vehicles has been reduced by almost 3%. So this is a crime of opportunity, so if you're going to give a criminal the opportunity, they're going to take it. So make sure you're stowing things away and taking that extra precaution. Next one, the investigation into the Cyclists Fatality remains ongoing. So VicPD's investigation into the collision that killed a cyclist last Monday remains ongoing. Crash team analysts returned to the intersection late last week to conduct a reenactment and collect further data. Analysts have collected a substantial amount of physical data and will be marrying that up with witness statements for the purpose of concluding their investigation. VicPD is hoping more witnesses can come forward to provide statements and assist with the investigation. The collision took place Monday, November 28th at approximately 2:10 p.m. Both the cyclist and the truck were traveling eastbound on Burnside Road, and the collision took place at the Harriet Street intersection. If anyone did witness the collision, they're asked to contact Constable Andy Dunstan at 250-995-7654. Mark Metcalf, a 50-year-old man, was killed in the collision. While the investigation remains ongoing, it's too early to speculate if charges will be laid.
Is it true that it appears that if he was run over and, it was a two-section truck?
Yes, it was a two-section truck.
It was a second section.
I don't know for sure.
Because in Toronto, the exact same thing happened, and they've been calling in that province for quite a while to have guardrails installed to prevent that kind of thing. Are investigators saying anything to you about that at this point?
Not yet. They're going to wait till all the data's in, everything's compiled until they have a conclusive statement to make on it. And then once they do, I'm sure there'll be something to offer on that.
And the victim, Metcalf, is he from Victoria?
Yes, he's from Victoria. Now I know that has been proposed here with those side rails. I believe it's Ida Chong was it Ida that was
I'm not sure
calling
if
for
it's actually been discussed with the legislature,
No?
perhaps.
I'd heard something about it. Anyway. I don't know if that was here or if that was it the Toronto one? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it was
Olivia Chow.
It's Olivia Chow.
Thank you.
Federal, yes.
Thank you.
So there has been some discussion. I
Yes.
just wondered whether, VicPD was going to add to that discussion.
Yeah. Not right now. Too early. We'll wait to see what the analysts have to say. So we made arrests in connection to the home invasion that happened last week. VicPD have arrested 2 men in connection with the home invasion that occurred last week in the 2400 block of Wark Street. 2 Langford men, Brandon Schusterman, 24 years old, and Christopher Dobell, 21 years old, have been arrested. They're facing charges of aggravated assault, and both are due in court later this week. Schusterman was arrested last Monday at a VicPD traffic stop Schusterman was arrested last Monday at a traffic stop on Jacqueline Road with the assistance of West Shore RCMP. DeBell was arrested Wednesday afternoon on Tenor Avenue in Langford. The home invasion took place Saturday, November 26, just after 1:30 p.m. A 25-year-old Victorian man was violently attacked and taken to hospital with multiple stab wounds. He was uncooperative with police during the investigation. The victim was not a resident of the building, and police believe it was a targeted attack. This was a complex investigation and occupied a lot of our resources. Almost every section of the department was involved, but remained committed to ensuring that those 2 men were held accountable for this violent crime.
What changed? Did the victim start cooperating?
Just through the investigation led us to more evidence and the ability to lay charges.
Is the victim cooperating now?
No.
Drug related?
Too early to tell, but we do know that all 3 were known to each other.
Was there anything seized from that suite? Any drugs or weapons seized from that Work Street home?
I don't know, Mike, any?
There was evidence collected.
Yeah.
It's all the
Who lives at the Work Street Avenue?
None of the three men, no. I don't know who lives there, but none of the three men.
You retrieved a weapon at all?
I don't know.
So did the attack take place outside of this apartment?
Is it inside or
It
outside?
was the third person, like whose suite it was, but it wasn't involved in the fourth person, sorry.
Right. But does that fourth person know either the accused or the victim?
Yeah, I think he's a friend of the victim.
You say, okay, and that victim, are you aware that he's recently returned to Victoria?
The victim?
Yeah.
I don't know where he came from or what his status is. But
The street community seems to have it all solved.
yeah, they always do.
Mm-hmm.
So an armed robber was arrested by VicPD. Early Thursday afternoon, VicPD Focus Enforcement Team officers arrested a 37-year-old Victoria man who was wanted for a recent robbery in the 2900 block of Jacqueline Road earlier that week. The bike officers located the man in the 800 block of Pandora and recognized him from a request that was sent by the West Shore RCMP. He is well known to our VicPD officers. Noel Doddridge, Doddridge, was arrested without incident and was taken back to VicPD headquarters. He was then handed over to West Shore RCMP at that time. Doddridge will be appearing in court this Thursday to face a charge of robbery.
And this was for the bank robbery?
Yes,
And then what was that again?
a Wednesday. 2900 block of Jacqueline Road.
That was CIBC?
Yes.
And sorry, what was this arrest was?
2 o'clock on Saturday. Thursday, sorry. 2 o'clock on Thursday. Mixing up with the other one.
Did they have like videotape of him or witnesses? 'Cause that
I don't know
was
what
very
their evidence is, Lisa. You have to get a hold of RCMP.
But it's your saying.
But I know they did have information that led us to him.
Is he known to police?
Sorry?
Is he known to police?
Yes. All right, that's all I have for today.
You wouldn't have any sort of update for us on the abduction case?
No, you want to talk to Toronto Police over that.
But is Victoria Police, still actively involved in the investigation, or is your role?
Our role is completed now.
But related to that, keep an assumed identity. How easy is that? Like, do you have concerns with, I don't know how prevalent it is that people do or can assume new identities.
Mhm. Yeah, I honestly don't know, Jack. I can't imagine it'd be easy. Right? There's a lot of paperwork and paper trail that's tracked you your whole life, so to be able to turn that around, yeah. But I don't have a lot of information on what you'd need to do for that, or career change.
But are there crimes other crimes that are committed in Victoria that she did other than just abducting her child, like fraud or, tax fraud, like, all the things that she did in relation under her assumed identity, aren't there local charges as well?
I don't know. Yeah.
She would have had a falsified driver's license.
Yeah.
No passport, and no birth certificate for, the young lady.
Yeah, that'd be all part of their case, right? So I don't know what specifics they'd want to speak on or not. I don't want to get into, divulging any information that might put that into any jeopardy, so.
On November 25th, there was another man who was stabbed, but not fatally. And it was like near our place.
Right.
What's happened. I just wondered if you have an update on his condition or if anybody has been arrested in relation to that.
Mike, do you have an update? He wasn't cooperative in that, right?
He's not cooperative. He was released from hospital that day with what proved to be very superficial stab wounds. And he refused to divulge if this stab wounds were the result of an assault. So the public should not consider themselves at risk, and police are not looking for a suspect.
And then also, I don't know if it was in your region, because it's that weird place where Saanich and View Royal and everything meets, but like at Admirals and Craigflower, there was another cyclist struck by a car last Wednesday. Would that have been in your jurisdiction? It was like right at Craigflower and Admirals, and
Oh, no, I
that's
don't know.
kind of could be View
That's-
Royal.
yeah.
So you probably don't.
Probably
It's
be,
not
would be Saanich and View Royal, wouldn't it? Admirals and.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
It's just
Saanich.
that there was an exact, there's been actually two that I can think of off the top of my head there, one fatal.
That's the
that-
intersection right at that
like for
Canadian
that-
Tire and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Saanich and View Royal.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, well, I can send it was there. But it's just that there's been quite a few accidents there.
All right.